Unit 5 test. Number 1. Which branch of government is responsible for writing and debating bills that may become law? A. Judicial, B. Executive, C. Legislative, D. Constitutional. Number 2. A presidential veto of a law is an example of F. Due process, G. Judicial activism, H. Individual rights, J. Checks and balances. Number 3. Which of the following is a power given to the national government but not to state governments? A. Printing money, B. Constructing roads, C. Conducting elections, D. Establishing public schools. Number 4. The Founding Fathers created a government system characterized by checks and balances in order to F. Ensure that political change came slowly, G. Safeguard against one branch dominating, H. Concentrate power in an executive branch, J. Make elected officials accountable to voters. Number 5. Which of the following statements best represents the ideas Alexander Hamilton contributed during the writing of the U.S. Constitution? A. He argued for putting an end to the practice of enslaving people. B. He suggested that a list of rights for citizens be added to any constitution. C. He favored creating a strong federal government along with a national bank. D. He proposed a compromise so that both small and large states would have representation. Number 6. Why did many delegates to the Constitution Convention argue for replacing the Articles of Confederation? F. It was written to expire 2 years after the war was concluded. G. It created a strong central government that overpowered the states. H. It allowed political power to be concentrated in the legislative branch. J. It created a weak national government that could not control the states. Number 7. Which founding father proposed the idea that became known as the Great Compromise? A. James Madison, B. George Mason, C. Charles Pinckney, D. Roger Sherman. Number 8. The Fourth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution protects the American people from F. Excessive fines, G. Imprisonment for debts, H. Cruel and unusual punishment, J. Unreasonable government searches. Number 9. The Bill of Rights is an important addition to the U.S. Constitution because it A. Contains ideas from the Enlightenment philosophers, B. Includes specific lists of rights American citizens are entitled, C. Outlines the requirements for being President of the United States, D. Lists the grievances the American colonists had against the British king. Number 10. An American founding father, blank, 1757 to 1824, is most noted for his role as a drafter and signer of the U.S. Constitution. In 42 years of public service, he served at every level of government, including 4 terms as South Carolina governor and ambassador to Spain under President Thomas Jefferson. Blank was born into a prominent South Carolina planter family and was influenced by the surrounding cultures, economics, and revolutionary ideals of the late 18th century. Which founding father's name would complete the excerpt? F. James Madison, G. Charles Pinckney, H. Roger Sherman, J. George Washington. Number 11. I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend it to the death of your right to say it. Evelyn Beatrice Hall, Friends of Voltaire, 1906. Which amendment in the Bill of Rights would be favored by a person saying the above quote? A. First Amendment, B. Second Amendment, C. Fifth Amendment, D. Eighth Amendment. Number 12. The individual above served the newly formed United States of America as the first F. President, G. Vice President, H. Secretary of State, J. Federalist candidate. Number 13. George Washington warned Americans to not get entangled in the affairs of other countries. Thomas Jefferson acquired the Louisiana Purchase and doubled the size of the United States. Based on the information in the box, which leadership quality did both Washington and Jefferson exhibit? A. Being honest. B. Being visionary. C. Being dedicated. D. Being courageous. Number 14. Which of the following best completes the diagram above? F. Judicial, vetoes laws. G. Judicial, changes laws. H. Judicial, proposes laws. J. Judicial, interprets laws. Number 15. Federalist supporter, 4th President of the United States, considered the father of the Constitution. Which founding father is described above? A. Benjamin Franklin. B. James Madison. C. Roger Sherman. D. George Washington.